MrHartgrave here, and this is the 3 reasons why I no longer want to play Killer anymore when I play Dead by Daylight. Now, I'm a huge Dead by Daylight fan. I really enjoy the game. It's one of my favorite games of all time at this point. It very quickly rose to that status, and I used to enjoy playing both Killer and Survivor. However, there's just a few reasons why I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm not having fun with it. So the number one reason is I find playing Killer extremely lonely. Okay, you're just by yourself. You're by yourself. They're a team. You got 4 survivors versus the Killer. That's the nature of the game. It's asynchronous, multiplayer, and that's some of what makes it great. However, being the Killer, unless you want to play like as a friendly killer, which is a challenge unto itself, which I do enjoy doing. I mean, one of my favorite parts of the game is how people can play it however they want to. You can be nice, you can let people off the hooks, but it can be very difficult to communicate this. Whereas the Survivor side of the game, automatically, it's intrinsic to work together. So that's great and just leads to a more kind of social experience. You know, you're trying to kill everybody when you're playing the Killer, and look, it causes a lot of problems when it comes to making friends. You can imagine, okay? So that part gets me down. All right, but that could be overcome. That in itself wouldn't be enough, okay? I don't need, 3 friends when I play. I could play on my own. I could be the Killer. I could do all that style, the stabbing and whatnot. That's fine. However, another problem I have with playing the Killer in this game is that the challenges suck. They're awful. So the survivors have all these great challenges that they can do, either on the Rift or with the daily rituals that are enjoyable, interesting, varied. The Killers are either insanely difficult, boring, monotonous. There's nothing interesting going on with them. It's just not fun, okay? They've dropped the ball in this regard. To play the Killer and enjoy the Killer, I feel you have to have like that mindset. And maybe that's just lacking in me. Maybe this is something that other players have. Hey, I'd like to know if you're down in the comments and you're the sweatiest Killer out there and you're just having a great time. Hey, let me know. Maybe it's just a problem with my brain and the way it's wired that I'm just not enjoying it anymore. And finally, the last thing, hey, these are short videos, right? You can appreciate that. The last thing is I find it way more stressful to be the Killer than I do to play Survivor, which is crazy. When I first started playing the game, I said, who would ever want to play the Survivor? You're out there and your heart's beating fast and you're scared. Well, after you play the game for like a couple of weeks, all the nerves kind of go away. At least they did for me on the Survivor side of things. But they got more stressful on the Killer side of things, because if you get good enough at this game, you're going to run into Survivor teams that work so well together that you have no chance of winning. In fact, the Survivors end up bullying the Killers. Go figure. So that's all I had to say about Dead by Daylight. I just wanted to throw that out there and see what people are feeling about this as well. I already know people feel this game is incredibly Survivor-sided and that they don't enjoy playing Killer either, and they're really worried about getting people to play as Killers. And I think these are some of the things we have to address if that's going to change. You got to find a way to just make it a little more social for the Killer, okay? I don't know if we got a team Killers up so they can play together, have pairs of Killers, maybe add a couple more survivors. I don't know. Maybe just put something in there to build in some interaction so you don't feel so outside of the game. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing that can be done there, but I know we can fix the challenges. You can fix the daily rituals. Be more creative in that regard. Give us something to do as Killers that isn't just, annihilate the entire other team, which is fine to have those, but when that's all it is, it gets very old very fast, especially if you're running into Survivor teams that are just running circles around you and your only goal is to kill everybody, absolutely. Well, that's not going to be a good time. And as far as being stressful, I don't know. That might just be me. That's something I really need to know from you. Do you play Dead by Daylight? Do you find it as stressful as I do to be the killer? I don't know if that's just me or everybody else. Anyways, I'm MrHartgrave. If you're a grave digger, let me know who you are. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. And keep digging!